And since we're talking about a week, 6 days to go, Larry. Are you taking anti-anxiolytics or something? I'm anxious.
No, Trump has certainly shaken up the political world in Washington. His nominees are testifying today on the Hill. The star witness today is Pete Heth for Secretary of Defense. I think Heth is a terrible choice.
Mm-hmm.
He lacks the management experience. He lacks the experience in commanding large organizations. Lloyd Austin, with all of his faults and flaws, at least could claim, hey, I was a senior commander and commanded thousands. Hexeth has been lucky to command hundreds, 200. And so it presents an image. He does not. He's actually reversed himself. Before he spoke honestly about women shouldn't be in combat. They shouldn't. Instead of him coming up and defending that, oh yeah, no, I believe women, and it's like, just surrender your backbone. You got to be, if that's what you believe, state what you believe and stick to it. Don't go up and say, "Oh, now, yeah, I'm so desperate to get appointed. I will say that I opposed what I once said I supported." No, women shouldn't be in combat. Let's be honest about it. You get a good-looking woman in a group of guys, they're thinking about fucking her. Okay? I mean, it's just, this is what happens on these ships in the Navy. The number of unwanted pregnancies that take place. It's called biology. You get young guys, young women at the height
full of testosterone,
and then you're surprised that they're having sex, and it is, when the purpose of a combat unit is to engage in combat, not to be a dating club. But you can't say he backed off of that. I think that's sort of, it's both it's disappointing. It makes him look weak. He just said, yeah, no, I said those things. I stand by those things. That doesn't mean women shouldn't serve in the military. But, it's saying that we have some standards for our country that I don't want them out on the front lines engaged in hand-to-hand combat. Because, hey, most women aren't strong enough to do it. There are a few. There's an exception here and there, but we don't make rules for the exception. That's why we call it a uniform. Everybody adheres to it.
Exactly. That's what's called rule, and the exception is called exception. I mean, of course, there are jobs that women can do. Like I don't know, nurse, being a nurse, helping logistics here and there. But combat, better not. I would say.
No, I mean just something as simple as carrying, the weight of an ammo box can be upwards of 40 pounds. Having to lift that and put it up. Most women don't have the upper body strength to handle it. It's just a fact of nature.
Fact of nature. A lot of these people are not used to that anymore, I guess. I don't know what happened to people. And then we that pointed that we are negationists or whatever it's called.
Well, to deny biology and try to create a transgender world is just silly. I got two Rottweilers, one male, one female. I take the male out for a walk. He's got to stop every 10 feet and piss on something. He's marking territory. I take the female out. She doesn't. She doesn't go around marking territory at all. She just calmly walks, and away we go. Much more congenial walker than the boy. But I mean, it's a different. They are different because biologically they are different. And instead of accepting those differences, we try to pretend that they don't exist, which is just silly.
Yeah, that's just stupid. So we have 6 days to go. we have Ukraine, we have Israel still haven't win anything, as it looks like to me. I mean, people may say, yeah, they destroyed Gaza. Have you seen Gaza? Yeah, they won it. But every day on Twitter, the Israel profile just posts something like, yeah, there's been 400 and that many days that those people are still hostages. So they haven't won. They haven't released their hostages. They haven't beaten Hezbollah.
But it looks like there is a ceasefire deal that will probably be in place before Trump goes into office. And you've got both Trump's Middle East envoy, Stephen Witkoff, meeting with the Palestinians and the Israelis alongside Biden's people. That's very unusual. And I think both really the IDF leadership, as well as Hamas, I think they want to stop the violence for a while. Yes, the Palestinians have suffered terribly. They've taken the biggest hits, but Israel's been taking some blows too. They've had 9 guys killed in the last 3 days.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
And that's what comes out. That's what we know. Officially know.
That's what they officially admit to. It could be higher, plus the number of wounded, and the number that have served and are out and are suffering mental disorders. A significant number. So it's this has not been a good thing for Israel. And 15 months in, they've been unable to contain Hamas. They've inflicted an enormous amount of damage and suffering on the Palestinian people, but they haven't won.
Yeah, and about that, just to mention, Larry has read the poem "Dead Children," and we put up a video, and I'll put the link on of sonar21.com of the video, because I cannot post it on YouTube. But I'll put the link so people go there, try to share as much as you can, so people can have a little bit of sensibility of what's going on there. Please do that, everybody.